Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Ki eshmera Shabbat. As I observe Shabbat, God watches over me. It is a sign forever between God and me. Ki eshmera Shabbat, El yishmereini. Ki eshmera Shabbat, El yishmereini.
Threshing Floor by Sivan Rotholz. Time for a different kind of harvest, where first fruits are seeds stored for an unknowable future. Time for a different kind of time, when days are long and lunar, when we cannot punch our clocks, can scarcely measure our shadows. Time for a different kind of diffident, disposed, where the heroes are heroes because they stay home, and the essential who enter the world are the winged and fragile messengers of God. There is no Ruth here, no Naomi. We journey no longer, belong only to our own. It's time for a different kind of harvest, where we reap and reap, but know not what or whether we sow. We continue, page 13, when we sing Shir Ladonai.
When we sing, when we sing, when we sing, we pray twice. When we sing, when we sing,
We welcome the Shabbat bride as she comes to join us, to envelop us, to comfort us, to spend the next 24 hours with us as we seek Shabbat rest, Shabbat peace, Shabbat love. Page 20, verses 1, 2, 5, and 9.
Shema
22, the words are Tov L'hodot Ladonai, the third line down from the top. A psalm for Shabbat. It is good to praise Adonai, to sing hymns to your name, O Most High.
Tov L'hodot Ladonai, ul'zamer l'shimcha Elyon. Tov L'hodot Ladonai, ul'zamer l'shimcha Elyon. On this the day of days, my lips shall sing your praise, for I know that you'll always be here surrounding me. My spirit takes release. I close my eyes in peace, and from my soul heard far above springs a song of love. Tov L'hodot Ladonai, ul'zamer l'shimcha Elyon. Tov L'hodot Ladonai, ul'zamer l'shimcha Elyon. I wish to understand the wonders of your hand, for all the blessings that are mine rise from your design. Tov L'hodot Ladonai, ul'zamer l'shimcha Elyon. Tov L'hodot Ladonai, ul'zamer l'shimcha Elyon.
The Chatzi Kaddish, found on page 26.
Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah,
Amen.
Be'alma divrach yirteh ve'amlich malchutei, B'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chayedecho Beit Yisrael, Bagala, Bagala, u'v'zman kariv, v'yimeru Amen. Yeish mei Rabbah mevorach, le'olam u'lam me'omaya, Yitbarach, Yitbarach v'yishtabach, V'yitba'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh, V'yitadar v'yitaleh v'yitalal, Shemei d'kodesha b'rechu, Leila min kol berchata v'shirata, Tushvechata v'nechemata, Damiron be'alma, v'yimeru Amen.
Entrances to holiness are everywhere. The possibility of ascent is all the time, even at unlikely times and through unlikely places. There is no place on earth without the presence. We rise, we turn, we have our Ark and our Torah this evening for the Baruch Hu, found on page 28.
Baruch hu et Adonai, HaMevorach, Baruch Adonai HaMevorach, Le'olam Va'ed.
Page 30, roll into dark, Ma'ariv Aravim.
Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Roll into dark, roll into light, night becomes day, day turns to night. Borei va-layla, Goleil, or mip'nei
beloved siblings striving for justice, Shema. Listen closely at all times. My prayer for you is that you remember protest is a sacred act. Just as the mourner's Kaddish helps souls ascend to God, may our cries soothe those whose lives were prematurely extinguished and rattle the bones and stones of leaders and institutions, leaving no question about the fact that things are never going back, only forward. For more of us are clear that we have nothing to lose but our chains. We affirm we are a multiracial people, and we will stand strong, humble, and proud as we follow and work in partnership with Black leaders, taking steady strides in the direction of collective liberation. We prepare for the Shema, our prayer of listening. Deep breath. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Baruch Shem Kevod, Shem Kevod Malachuto, Le'olam Va'ed. Ve'ahavta, page 36. If you were standing, we invite you to be seated.
Ve'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavecha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol me'odecha ve'hayu advarim ha'ele asher anochi mitzavecha hayom al levavecha v'shinantam levanecha v'dibarta bam b'shivtecha b'beitecha uvlechtecha v'derech u'shochbecha uvkumecha u'kshartam le'ot al yadecha v'hayu letotafot b'neinecha u'chtavtam al mezuzot beitecha u'visharecha leman tizkeru va'asitem et kol mitzvotai v'yitem kedoshim le'lohechem. Ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeiti etchem me'eretz Mitzrayim liot lachem l'Elohim. Ani Adonai Elohechem, Adonai Elohechem emet.
The women dancing with their timbrels followed Miriam as she sang her song. Sing a song to the one whom we've exalted. Miriam and the women danced and danced the whole night long. Michamocha, page 40. is Glad by Alicia Jo Rabins. I'm calling her daily, even though it took a pandemic. Stores empty of beans and tomato sauce, plenty of chocolate chips and beer, so far. I print an ancient prayer against plague and hang it over our door, drink potions to keep me here with my children, and wait to break into my stash of red wine until we've been quarantined a few weeks. As for love, give it away. I tell myself, all your love, give it away while you still can. Top of page 43, let there be love.
Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Ashkivenu, Adonai Eloheinu. Ashkivenu leshalom. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms.
The song for Shabbat, Yismechu, on the bottom of page 44.
Yismechu v'malachutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Mekadeshei Shvi Shabbat. Kulam Yisbau V'ritangu metul v'chashabat. Yismechu v'malachutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. V'hashvi'i Ratzita bo v'kidashu Shabbat. Chemda yami oto karata Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat. Zecher Lemase Bereshit Shabbat. Zecher Lemase Bereshit Shabbat. Yismechu v'malachutecha shomrei 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 Shabbat v'korei oneg Shabbat.
We continue with the Amidah Tefillah. We are so grateful to have our Ark and our Torah with us from now on for our Shabbat evening services. So we are on page 46, and we pray.
Adonai, sefatai tiftach ufi yagi tehilatecha. Adonai, open up my lips that my mouth may declare your praise. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu, Elohei Avotenu v'Imotenu, Elohei Abraham, Elohei Yitzchak, Elohei Yaakov, Elohei Sarah, Elohei Rivka, Elohei Rachel, Elohei
חסדים טובים וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו באהבה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיי מתים אתה רב להושיע, מוריד הטל. מכלכל חיים בחסד, מחיי מתים ברחמים רבים, סומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות ומידו מלך, מלך ממית ומחיה ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמן אתה לחיות מתים. ברוך אתה אדוני מחיי המתים.
I am all around. In every daydream, I am all you are and all you know, based on Genesis chapter 28. I am all around in every daydream. I am all you are and all you know. I am all around in every daydream. I am all you are and all you know. I am all yeish Adonai in every daydream. ba-makom hazeh Anochi yadati. I am yeish Adonai in every daydream. ba-makom hazeh Anochi yadati. I am all around in every daydream. I am all you are and all you know. Take a few moments for silent prayer. Shalom, Take a moment for prayers for those in need of healing, emotional, physical, spiritual. If you feel comfortable, I invite you to say that name or those names out loud and invite them into our space as we join together in the singing, Help Us to Heal.
Help us to heal, comfort our souls, maker of all things, make us whole. Help us to reason, hear our prayer. You are our God, you are always there. Yehi ratzon milfanecha Adonai, shtilach refuah shlema bashamayim, refuah hanefesh urefuah haguf. Help us to heal, comfort our souls, maker of all things, make us whole. Help us to reason, hear our prayer. You are our strength, you are our hope, you are our God, you are always there.
In 1917, the Free Synagogue of Flushing was founded by the Hebrew Women's Aid Society in Manhattan. The Free pointed to the philosophy of the first Free Synagogue, the Stephen Wise Free Synagogue in Manhattan. These principles included freedom of the pulpit, meaning that the rabbi might express herself or himself freely during a sermon. Freedom in religious philosophy, meaning that congregants might express themselves Jewishly in a variety of ways. Freedom in terms of seating and the equality of women and men in participation and leadership. But the most important principle for the newly formed congregation was and remains the principle of social justice. The Free Synagogue of Flushing is a bastion of liberal thought and social activism. Once surrounded by densely populated Jewish neighborhoods, the current congregation, now in an ethnically diverse neighborhood, welcomes all people, interfaith, straight, gay, every ethnicity and heritage, spanning the generations. The inscription above the neoclassical facade reads, "For mine house shall be called a house of prayer for all people," from Isaiah 56. On a hot and humid June day in 2010, Brian and I entered through the large ornate doors of the Free Synagogue of Flushing to attend my rabbinic ordination. With two others, all of us with years of experience in synagogue work and graduate Jewish study, we had completed our requirements and come to town in order to be ordained in this auspicious and awe-inspiring space. See this Sunday's newsletter for photos of the sanctuary. It is huge. Brian took a seat. It must seat 500 easily, and I took my seat on the bima with the other two candidates and the rather austere, imposing, and dignified rabbis of Masifta Adas Volkovisk, a rabbinical and cantorial academy serving mature, experienced adults who cannot attend full-time seminaries to obtain ordination but merit the opportunity. Not affiliated with any particular Jewish denomination, the faculty and students represent all branches in Judaism. Mature and experienced was who I was in 2010, having served as cantorial soloist and director of education at a Tempe synagogue for over 10 years, performing most of the tasks of ordained clergy, and having nearly completed my doctorate in Jewish studies from Spertus College in Chicago. I was the perfect candidate for such a program. In my early 50s, leaving home for 5 years to attend a traditional rabbinic school or commuting every week for several years to a program in LA was not feasible to me given my home life and need to earn a living. So here I was in Flushing, New York, about to achieve a life dream. The other two candidates were men. One was already serving a Reform congregation in the Midwest with his cantorial investiture, looking to make his rabbinic pulpit more official. Another was a chaplain in Florida, deepening his knowledge and skill set for his sacred work. The ceremony began. The rabbis seated on the bima in their regalia orated, pronounced prayers over us, awarded us official certificates, hugged us, posed for photos, and then led us to the social hall for a reception. There were maybe 20 family members in the audience. We had a little nosh, though I was too nervous to eat much, wished one another mazel tov, and said our thank yous and farewells, and then Brian and I returned to the city to enjoy the next day in New York before we flew home to get Brian back to Camp Pearlstein, his summer job. The congregation where I was working informed me that I would not be recognized as a rabbi, that I could not officiate in any way as a rabbi, that there would be no congratulations or announcement of my ordination. This was difficult for me, but I was not ready to leave, so I respected their wishes. They did say that I was free to serve as a rabbi for non-congregants, so I began to publicize my availability as a wedding officiant. And 10 months later, I performed my first wedding. So anxious and uncertain was I that Brian came along and sat in the back of the room for moral support. It was planned as an outdoor April wedding, but it rained so furiously that day that the bride, frustrated and beyond disappointed, finally agreed to move the ceremony indoors. My first and certainly not last wedding ceremony drama. 3 years later, I left the congregation to become a chaplain at Hospice of the Valley, where I strengthened my pastoral skills. And then, with a couple of good friends, we decided that there was a need for another synagogue in the East Valley, and hence Congregation Nefesh Sol was born almost 7 years ago. A first conversation with 4 dreamers at a Barnes & Noble cafe, and voila, here we are today. Along the way, I have officiated at funerals and weddings, namings and unveilings, over 50 altogether if I count them up. So as I contemplate my 10-year anniversary, I ask myself, what have I learned as a rabbi? And here is my answer for today. That it is an enormous challenge trying to serve a variety of people with a variety of needs. That I will never learn enough to feel truly worthy. That mistakes are just that, mistakes, and it is impossible not to make them. That sharing people's saddest and happiest moments provides me with an overwhelming sense of awe and gratitude every single time. That the unexpected, like a pandemic, strengthens us as a community. That serving Judaism and serving Jews is the highest calling to which I could have aspired. And finally, that my father, a lifelong Zionist who was Jewish through and through, but who died before I even imagined becoming a rabbi, is smiling all around me and reminding me, as he always did, that I could accomplish anything I set my mind to. Thank you, Dad. I have. We continue with the Aleinu as we open the ark doors. The Aleinu is found on page 282.
Aleinu l'shabeach l'adon hakol, lateit gedula liotzer breshit, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגורלנו ככל המונם, ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ ביום ההוא, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד, ושמו
We continue with Kaddish, found on page 294, as we recall those people in our lives who are no longer with us. I invite you to say names out loud or in your heart as together we recite the sacred words. Yitgadal v'yitgadash shemei Rabbah, v'alma divrach irutei v'yamlich malchutei, v'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael, ba'gala v'zman kariv v'imru, Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ul'omei omaya. Yitbarach v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh. V'yitadar v'yitale v'yitalal shemei dekudusha b'richu. Le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbechata v'nechemata, da'amiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehei shlama Rabbah min shemaya, v'chayim aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael, v'imru, Amen.
המקום ינחם, המקום ינחם, המקום ינחם, המקום ינחם. May the one who comforts console you with the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. May the one who comforts console you with the mourners of Zion and Jerusalem. Hamakom yinachem, hamakom yinachem, hamakom
With Trembling Hands by Jaden Diamond. My hands tremble, I cry out to you. My hands still tremble, I pray. My hands still tremble, I give bread to the hungry. My hands still tremble, I stand in a wild field with the roaring wind. My hands still tremble, I weep. My hands still tremble, I praise you. My hands still tremble, I wrap myself in the talit. My hands still tremble, I repent for my sins. My hands still tremble, I laugh with you. My hands still tremble, I scream at you with every fiber of my being, asking why must they die? My hands still tremble, I reflect on your Torah. My hands still tremble, I ask why must they hate me? My hands still tremble, I realize that you, O God, taught me love. My hands still tremble, I weep for joy. My hands still tremble. I realize that there is only you. There are none but you. Eternal God, my mind is always upon you. Eternal God, my hands tremble because of the holiness of this world. I praise you, God, with trembling hands. We conclude with Hava Nashira. Let us sing with joy.
Hava, Hava Nashira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Hava, Hava Nashira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Hava Nashira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah. Hava Nashira, Shir Hallelujah, Shir Hallelujah.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.